Hello everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to make a little flip zine. You can put these inside of your junk journals or you can leave them just like this. There is a little pocket up here and there's a pocket here as well. So let's get started. So first and foremost, this envelope needs to be closed. So I'm just going to pull that off. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it to the size of this A9. I'm just kind of lining up the edges, using my fingernail to score. Okay, now that fits pretty well. So this is how it's going to open. So I need to attach this to this. So obviously I'm going to use the sticky that's already there, but I'm also going to use my Oohoo. Line it up. Stick it down. Okay, so now you've got your pocket at the top. You've got your first flap, the opening or the cover, right? And then you have this side. So it's open right here, so I need to put a piece of paper on top of that. But first, I want to open up this side so that we have a little pocket on that side as well. Okay, little pocket here. So I have a variety of things here. I have some paper towel that I use to blot ink, right? I use this to pick up paint. It has a lot of color on it. It's really super pretty. So I thought I would pair this, a whole bunch of pieces with kind of the same colors. I thought I would pair this with some old book pages. And I've got, you know, just random scraps of goodness. So let's get started embellishing. Okay, so we have the basic structure, right? And right now I need to reinforce this because I can't leave this like this, right? Well, you could have a pocket here and a pocket here and you could tuck and clip things. But for our little booklet's sake, we're going to leave that intact. So I've got some scrapbook paper. This is the ledger paper from Prima. I will put a link to it so that you can find it. I kind of pulled it out wonky, so I might clean that edge up a little bit. I kind of like having the difference. I was going to just pull it up and put this in the corner here, but I kind of like this little difference right here, so I think I'm going to use that. So, you know, my really unscientific way of measuring, I'm just scoring where I want to cut it with my fingernail. Save this. I might use this in another spot. Maybe. Then Oh, then I need to clean up this top. Let me clean this edge up first. Make sure the whole thing is over the cutter. There we go. I like the florals, but I think this whole thing is going to be covered up. It might be, so I think I'm going to use that maybe somewhere else. I really just like this. Just like this. Yes. Love that. So let me glue it on. So basically, because I'm going to glue this on, I'm going to get glued right here. So your tuck or your little hidden pocket is only going to be, you know, this wide. So we'll just design something to go inside that's big. We don't need it to be this full size. If you want it to be this full size, you're only going to glue here, here, and here. But I find it just is more structurally sound when you glue the whole thing down. So you do whatever you want. Do what you like. And I am going to glue both things. Then it'll just stick right away. Always make sure I have a lot of glue at the edges, because those are the most important things. I'm stuck to it already. Also, too, when you glue both sides, it's a little easier if you want to move it around, kind of glides. I'm going to use my bone folder to really get this down, to burnish it like crazy. And I don't care if I'm getting little things from my messy bone folder on here. This is probably going to be covered up anyways with something. And if it's not, well, then I'll just turn that into a little grunge area. So I'm thinking about putting a piece of this on the back here. And I just love the texture of this too. So you'll have to pull apart the plies if you have 2-ply. So I'm just kind of looking and seeing how I want this to go. I actually think I like it this way the best. So I'm going to kind of pull it up. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to open this up, and here is where I will use my matte medium. This is a fluid glue, right? It's also a nice finish for your acrylics. It looks like I ripped it there, so I may put some washi on that later. But this is going to be a good glue for the paper towel because I do want to saturate it. Sorry, my arm was just in the way there. So you can see how fluid this glue is. I've got this pretty saturated with the matte medium. So now I am going to pull this down a little bit. And do kind of, when you're working with paper towel, napkins, whatever, you do kind of want to pull them tight, at least at the first little touch here. This almost looks like a flower. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to saturate this in a minute, so I'm not super duper worried that it's not completely stuck. What I just want to do is stretch it out enough. That's so cool. Make sure that your corners are down. And I actually think I'm going to just put some right on top here. Obviously, the paper towel is very absorbent, right? So I'm using, you know, quite a bit of glue to get it down. I've got a little wrinkle there. Sticking my hand in the pocket. I just want to make sure that this is down before I trim it. It's going to wrinkle up on you a little bit. That's the nature of wet paper, right? Just want to make sure this is on. It's okay if I ripped it right there, no big deal. Okay, let's give this a dry and see how it turns out. I'm going to just use my little heat gun here. I'll be right back. This is pretty dry, very cool. So depending on your intentions, you actually could leave this edge, right? This is going to be folded. This is going to be the top. So you could let that show through if you wanted to, you know, or you can trim it flush. It just depends what you're doing. If you want a pretty, soft, lacy looking edge, then do that, right? In this instance, I'm going to trim it. And I'm being careful not to cut the envelope because I don't want that to be open. I have some, this is a monoprint that I did on some cardstock. If you want to know how to make this, I actually teach this very technique inside of my Mixed Media Club. You'll find a library of videos, and this exact print in different colors is on there for you to view. My Mixed Media Club, we do art journaling, we do jelly printing, we do a project of the month, and we also do a book of the month. And so you get a whole lot. Check it out, janebelanteart.com, and then you'll click Mixed Media Club. So I really want this on the cover. I am just kind of measuring it up. I like this top. I like this bottom. I'm going to cut off a little at the top, I think. Just to make sure I have this lined up with my envelope. I can kind of cut it right at this white little line here. Put it down here just to make sure. Again, keep this. You can put it somewhere else later. Oh, I'm really gonna love this. This is so fun. keep this. I love this. I just love how that's popping out. It's so fun. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. Going to open it up a little bit. I love how these colors are coordinating. Very cool. And these weren't even done at the same time. I'm going to just, instead of trying to figure it out, I'm just going to do the glue. Oh, don't do that. Make sure I have the and I'm really kind of butting it up to this edge because this is the fold, right? This is going to be the front cover. Oh, love this. This is so fun. I have this handmade tissue paper. I really think this is going to be kind of cool on here. I'm hoping some of these stripes show through because it is tissue, right? So they very well could. In order to make that happen, I want to use a pretty liquid medium. So I am pouring on some matte medium here. My brush was in the water. Sorry, my arm was just there. And with tissue, you need to be careful because it will rip fairly easily. So you need to work pretty quick. This one is being a stinker. There we go. Take your matte medium on top as well. I have this Harper's Weekly from 1874 here, and I love the ads. I don't think I'm going to put in this inch of, I want it just to be all ads, so. Going to cut there. And here. So first and foremost, I feel like I got a good score on that. Okay, it is right there. first. Actually, I'm just going to cut this off. Glue on both again. And this paper is going to be brittle, so I need to be really careful. It's pretty old. Any old book page or old piece of newspaper is going to be very thirsty, very brittle. So just be really careful with them. A little gap at the bottom, that is okay. I am going to actually stick another piece of tissue on top of this. So let me get this down, make sure it's good. So once again, I'll use my matte medium. Let me just grab. I'm going to use as wet of a brush this time. Got a little messy. Okay, so this is coming together so beautifully right now. I am absolutely in love with it. I have some more embellishing to go. This back needs a lot of work. I love the marks that this makes, but I need to do some more to it. So let's keep going. Okay, so I have this tissue with just some words stenciled onto it. I kind of like it because it's a little grungy, subway-ish. I think I want to put them back here. It's going to be a test because if I don't like it, we're going to have to act quick, okay? So, it's folding weird. So I think I found the perfect way to finish this. I found this city smoke poem, and I'm going to start it here and finish it here. And then I have these masks that I'm going to put these houses on, and I might be putting this transfer on. So we'll see after I get the houses down. I think I'm going to just use them as masks instead of putting the stencil down first. So I really want them to stay in their places. So I'm just going to stick them down right like that. Okay, so those are on and I love them. And so now I'm going to cut this out and sort of place it around here somehow. And we'll see if I bring the poem over here or if I just put this on. The poem might all fit over here, which might be kind of cool too. So that might be how that looks. So I think I'm going to have to cut it into at least sections. I think I might have to cut it all the way out. Okay, I think I like how this looks. So now I'm just going to use my glue stick and glue it down. And I'm also going to take my little transfer stick and transfer this over. I'm thinking about putting a little tuck pocket down here. I like how the Harper's Weekly kind of fits right under the New York. Let me slide that over a touch. So I'm going to score it there. And here. And here. So I'll just put a little something in this pocket. I just needed, there was too much white space here, so I just needed a little something. Let's see if they have that. And I do still have a little bit of this tissue left. Maybe put a little on there. I want it to look the same as the other side, so. Okay, I'm just gluing this along the sides. Oh, these little shards of paper here. And the bottom. Cool, now we got a little tuck point right there. Cute. Here's how it looks closed. I'm not sure what I'm going to stick inside of there. I really like how this is turning out though. This needs to be trimmed a little bit.
Thank you so much for watching. You can find me, my $10 classes, and my mixed media club at janebelanteart.com.